Oh, hey, what's happening, everybody? Woo! Breathing that fresh, high elevation air. Hey, it's Julio. I am here at the Mogollon Rim doing what I like to do. Love camping way out in the backcountry where no one else is, and I anticipate I will not see another human until I leave. At least that's what the district ranger said when I checked in and chatted with them this morning. Part of what I'm doing is just experimenting with my winter camping gear, experiencing what winter camping is like. But one of the things I kind of was wrestling with recently and watching a bunch of YouTube videos is lots of times when you're in the outdoors and you do what I do and you've gone to survival schools and outdoorsman schools, you kind of like are supposed to fit a niche. You're supposed to be like a survivalist or a primitive living person or a regular camper or a bushcrafter. And I was trying to force myself into one of these spaces when I realized, why? I just want to be in the outdoors. I'm an outdoors person. And as a result, wow, this is not very flattering, is it? Anyway, as a result, what you'll see with my stuff is a intersection of all those things. And why not? Like, why not be comfortable? Sean Kelly said it once in one of his videos. If you're not smoothing it to the best you can when you're out in the outdoors, you're making a mistake somewhere. So you'll see things in my setup that include bushcraft work, that include regular sort of car camping, and even a little touch of some primitive living, if you will. So like, why not intersect all those things and come out in the outdoors, appreciate it, have fun? Part of what I'm going to do is set up a base camp as well. And from that base camp, if I want, I can head on out and do an overnighter where I've got to make a raised bed or super shelter or just sleep on the ground cowboy style. I will tell you this, if you live in a place that is low elevation to sea level, and within a half a day, you're up at around 8,000 feet. It messes with your breathing, we all know that, but it also kind of makes you a little lightheaded. So I've been super conscious about hydrating. My speech is even a little off. I'm sensing that. Anyway, I'll get back to you guys once I get my hot tent up. I'm getting ready to put that up, getting ready to put my cot inside. I'm gonna get the shelter and wood processed so that I can then chill out a little later. Good talking to you guys. I'm also testing some gear and in the camera world, which I'm not very good at, but like this little remote control thing here. Working these at 2 in the morning is not easy. I made it till 2 in the morning. My Garmin says that it's 38, but feels like 34 degrees. And maintaining the right oxygen balance on these by using I'm going to call it flu. I'm tired. It's tricky. You give it too much air, it runs too hot. Give it too little, it shuts down. And you've got to have the vents wide open. I do have a carbon monoxide detector. Can't really see it behind me, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I do. Trust me. Good morning. It is 7:20 a.m. My Garmin InReach tells me that it feels like it's 24 degrees outside. Remember, whatever temperature is in the surrounding neighborhood, village, city, which is miles from here, miles and miles. I'm about 25 dirt roads, forest roads in to where the district rangers yesterday confirmed is probably the furthest out remotely anybody can get on the rim. Anyway, it's about that time, as I mentioned, and it was a night. Whew. Definitely my experience is now coming to give me a lot of reassurance and comfort. When there's a little struggle, I know that I have the resilience. I know that I have the ability to push through it. However, last night was not bad. The bad part of it is, just as I expected, having to get up to deal with the wood stove. And this time, I shouldn't even say deal with, it's just use the wood stove. I got up, first time was 1:14. Some reason, 1:14. I looked at the time to get the fire going. That actually did not take very long at all. Used a fire starter, had the wood all prepared, split into various sizes, so that worked out very well. And I used only a little bit, and it got the tent up to about 55 degrees, which was very, very comfortable given the blanket that I had and such. But that didn't last very long. So I was up again at 240. And this time I wanted a longer stretch. Sorry, I've got stuff flying around. I wanted a longer stretch, so I put more wood, and that worked. And the temperature soared, and I was able to sleep in a t-shirt and my long johns. But then it got way too hot. And so about an hour and a half in, the temperature was 111 degrees Fahrenheit in the tent. Now, mind you, that's at about shoulder height and higher. Obviously, heat rises. I'm down below. So below, I would say, was about 85. It was too warm. So I opened up all the vents. I always open a vent anyway. You got to always open up a vent anyway, because A, carbon monoxide's an issue, and B, you don't want condensation. So I opened all the vents and opened the door a little bit. Then the temperature started to dip, and during that process, it got very comfortable until I woke up freezing, right? So once again, it's that cycle. But I was able to get much better sleep in these kinds of conditions. For me, normally 25 degrees, 35, 45, even 55 degrees at times. Outside can really mess me up. No cramps, no spasms, came close, but I have been hydrating and using electrolytes. Well, that's enough for now. Time for some breakfast. I'm gonna cook this up inside the tent in a kettle. I'll boil some water on top of the stove and get back to you guys. Again, as I mentioned before, I'm not a YouTuber. I do these videos because I like to look back at them, and also because some family members, friends, and really people down at the courthouse, honestly, like to check it out. So I'm not a YouTuber. They're not going to be fancy edits. They're not going to be sort of these awesome sort of cinematic styles, because I'm not doing it to be a YouTuber. I kind of like it. I have fun with it. You want real YouTubers who do camping. Now, this is off the top of my head, so I'm not going to include everybody. But if you really want to watch like legit YouTubers do their thing and the work involved, let me tell you, like, setting up a camp like this takes hours. I can't imagine then having to be conscious of filming everything, every angle, multiple angles, stop and get the camera, come back, do the shot again, carrying multiple, tripods and things like that. Those people are definitely earning their money, and they have my respect. They always did, but even more so. So you want to see some real YouTubers and you like the outdoors, you can check out Corporal Kelly, Sean Kelly's page. You can also check out Lone Wolf 902. You can check out AB Camping, TA Outdoors. You can check out Kent Outdoors, I believe it is, over in UK. And there's a bunch of others that are just really, really good. Jake Trent, anything that has to deal with the Survival University, they are top notch in my book, because they know how to intersect pedagogy, teaching, right attitude, disposition, and wanting to see you succeed. They're not going to baby you, but they want to see you succeed. So shout out to my man Jason and everybody over at Survival University. Take care. Breakfast time. Good morning again. It is about 35 degrees now outside. And as you can see, I've got water on the boil on top of the stove, and I am going to make myself some tea. And that's pretty nifty, if you ask me. There's a special tea that I make just for me. It's orange element electrolyte powder, and I put it into hot water to warm me up, but also to begin my hydration process and electrolyte process. I have to supplement electrolytes all the time, as most of you know, especially if you've watched season 2 of Outlast. You'll recognize that for me, magnesium and electrolytes is an issue. So, good morning. I'm gonna sip on that, and then I'm gonna also start my breakfast as well in a minute. So, anyway, cheers, guys. Have a good one.
A few moments later.
I am just chilling. Oh, it's about 35 degrees outside. Woo, and I am in a t-shirt in the middle of the absolute beautiful wilderness, where you could just literally hear the wind blowing through the trees. Like, you hear that phrase, but this is really what it is. It's just so soothing. Made some tea, and I've got another kettle on the boil. I'm gonna make this breakfast hash, get some nutrition, and start on a few objectives today. I've tasked myself with practicing fire making outside, of course, by scratch, if you will, using char and flint and a ferro rod. Then I'm going to, I look forward to lunch, because lunch I'm going to be using a Keep Titanium wok to make my lunch in. I even might make a late breakfast. I might use another breakfast for lunch and make some egg whites and sausages in this very lightweight titanium skillet that Keep Titanium makes. They make really good products, and they were kind enough to send that to me. It's not available in the United States, but I'm going to try it out and then send them some footage so that they can use it when they do some marketing for that product in China. Just one of my sponsors. Anyway, I love anybody who's watching. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Again, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not looking to get monetized. I really don't care. What I care about is just engaging with people who like this stuff. And it doesn't, that means I don't have pressure on me to try to create something more than what it is. And I want to be true to that and genuine to me. I do this because I love it. I do this because I want to be out here. I impose on myself voluntary adversity because I like to test myself and see how I can grow each time there is a test. And you guys can do that too in any pursuit, right? Whether it be in your career, whether it be in, say, a hobby, music, you're a marathoner, whatever, you know, train, practice, and then every now and then test yourself. Don't be reckless about it, but test yourself. That helps build resilience. We can't succeed without any measure of failure. And I hear my water boiling, so with that, yeah, I'm looking at my remote. I just got this thing. It's cute, whatever. See here. Here's another example of how I could use the Keep Titanium wok. I could use it outside. I could use it inside. I could use it to cook all kinds of things, to clean, to make soup. It's just awesome. And here I'm using it in the hot tent. I'm gonna get these sausages cooked up. This is underrated for backcountry use. I love it. I love it. Talk to you later, guys.